Right, so we're back today for part 4 of the Dainichi project, and yeah, we've had a subscriber to the channel asked to see the worst 3 fish in the pond, which made me smile. Completely get where you're coming from, and more than happy to share those results and talk them through. So yeah, pick the 3 fish up today. 2 were grown in the main pond of the fish we've been reviewing so far, and the smaller fish you'll see in the bowl was grown in a completely different pond, smaller one, and added back with the others later just for winter. So yeah, what we have got here, we've got one of the Super Monster lineage Showas, one from Dainichi Toyota from the Miyabi line, and one of the Dainichi Black Diamonds that I purchased as well, just for sort of experimenting with. So yeah, to look at them through these fish one by one, got certificates here. I'm going to start with this one. This is the Super Monster lineage Showa. Now, it came to us at 27 cm, currently 54 cm, so a bit of a lump, grown really well. Now, when I purchased this fish, if we remember back to when I started this whole project has been about me learning about the fish, the lineages, the way Dainichi sell fish through the auctions online, photograph them, all the rest of it. Now, just as a quick note, when I'm looking through them auctions online, I don't pay much attention to the pictures. It's just a quick glance. I get the detail I need from the videos because the pictures are messed around with, not something I agree with in the slightest, but I'm aware of it. So yeah, it's just a glance to obviously, you know, draw a reference, then I get what I need from the videos. So this Super Monster Showa, you can see in the certificate the Benny looks quite flat and vivid. It was never like that. When I saw it in the video, it was incredibly soft, and to be honest with you, worried me a little bit, because I'm thinking that probably looks like Benny that could quite easily just fall apart as the fish starts growing and getting some size on it. So in regards to sumi on it, not concerned about that. Young fish like that, I know, especially with Dainichi, the sumi is more than likely going to come, and that's just a matter of time. As we can see from the fish, that has started coming quite substantially, and the sumi pattern that is forming is pretty nice. The Benny was the issue all along. Dead happy with the bone structure, knew it was going to pack size on, which it has. The body line of the fish and general bone structure from the head, shoulders, everything, peduncle is superb. I'm really happy with that. The Benny was my concern. So like I say, it looked really soft, looked quite fragile, but I could see quite a lot of pigment actually loaded up in the middle of the scales. So decided to buy the fish anyway, not because it was cheap, it wasn't, but this project was about learning, and that's what I needed to do. If that particular Benny type was recoverable over time, or if it was just going to something that stay as it was, or it would just basically go to shit, and that'd be the end of it. So yeah, here we are with it today. Like I say, happy with the growth, body development, all that. The sumi coming through is looking of a superb quality as well. And the sumi pattern's looking very interesting. In regards to the skin itself, you know, key was refined. The sashi's not really bad at all in a lot of areas. It is just coming down to that depth of coloration. So where I'm at with this fish at the minute, probably as in regards to how we're looking and comparing to the rest in the pond, it is one of the worst results because the quality of that Benny is way off all the other fish. However, I'm left with a bit of a conundrum with this fish, because looking at it now, I can see we've still got, you know, a fairly large amount of quite intense pigment loaded up in the middle of the scales. So the general sort of thickness of the colour, it's not the best, but it's much thicker than the other fish in the bowl we're going to look at shortly. So yeah, conundrum time. If I was to let this go, it could quite happily turn the corner and become, because if it did, it would be onto one hell of a fish. Or likewise, another year is probably going to expose, you know, what's going to happen with this, and it could just completely go to rubbish. The likelihood is with this one, I'm not going to release it because it's hard to value. I couldn't fairly sell that to someone, personally not knowing what was going to happen with it, and that'd be hard to put a price on it as well. So based on its qualities, in regards to the body and the sumi and everything, I'm going to keep hold of it, see what happens. But as it stands, it is lagging behind the others in quality. Looking at it and having seen this colour before, I'm really unsure if it is going to pull it back, but need to learn, need to find out, and that's what we'll do over the next growing season. So yeah, let's stay tuned for that one for sure. Next fish, we have got the Miyabi line Showa from Dainichi Toyota. See that one there? Really quite a promising fish. When I got it, really liked the look of it. Like I say, initially it seemed to be lagging behind growth-wise earlier in the year. So I moved it to a different pond because it wasn't keeping up. And now see that was more down to the sort of structure of the fish. It's just not got the same sort of bone structure. I mean, you can see it compared to the Super Monster one in the bowl. Not got the same kind of structure. Although the sumi pattern is looking quite nice, sumi quality is pretty good. We can see that the Benny has just gone to shit completely, really. On the Benny at the further down the fish is completely spent. It's soft in colour, there's no depth, no thickness, and there's also no more pigmentation left in the cells. So it's all just downhill from here with this one, unfortunately. At the front of the fish, you can still see there's a bit of pigment there, and we're actually getting a two-tone sort of effect between front and back. But yeah, the quality's gone. I think it's just a matter of time until this becomes Shirutsuri, probably. When it's hit with a bit more heat and trying to put a bit more size on it, that's no doubt going to happen quite quickly from what I'm seeing. So yeah, unfortunately, one that's going to go to the wall there in the end. It might hang around longer than I'm anticipating, but ultimately there's no quality there to that Benny. So from a commercial perspective, no point in leaving that one lying around. You may well be looking at that thinking it's still a great fish. It possibly is for somebody, but in this instance, it's just not up to standards and not worth any more investment from a commercial perspective. So yeah, that's that one. As a measure up, we were at 30 cm when that fish came in. I've got up to 45 now. Like I say, it was only in a 1,500 gallon pond for the summer, but there we have it anyway. Last fish was another gamble. Dainichi's been playing around with a lot of Koi Goi and other bits and bobs in recent years. This one is from the Black Diamond lineage, Matsukawabake from there. When I initially sort of bought this fish, it was the bone structure that sort of lured me in. Really got quite a powerful looking head, great length and sort of good thickness on the body. I like the taper as well. So that came in at 32 cm. Now the foundation of this sort of Koi lineage they've been doing is trying to produce fish that can get phenomenal size and not necessarily about the fish or pattern and other qualities that are going on. So I thought I'd get one, see how they played out. Initially, size has been an issue. It's not really packed on the size I thought it was. But if we look at it today, and obviously, to be fair, quite a while ago, I knew it was a male fish, and it's a really strong male fish with strong characteristics. I'm a big advocate of male fish and what they're capable of. This, however, is a male of the more traditional sense. Got the strong, quite long, thin male body, big pec fins, just nothing really that attractive about it, in all honesty. Sumi quality is nice. I am keen on that. Sumi quality is looking really good. And the size, obviously judging what's happened with the size, I've been let down because of that strong male sort of genetics playing its part. That will have hampered its potential growth anyway. Then given the environment that it's been in and how competitive that's been, it was always likely to struggle. So can't really comment too much about the growth from that lineage or them parent sets. But just that particular fish, yeah, not all that attractive. It is a nice pattern fish, like I say, Sumi's looking good, but as for the rest of it, yeah, that right there is the reason why people tended not to like male fish a long time ago. Yeah, not all that great. The one that will be moved on as soon as possible for sale. So yeah, you might notice in the fins it had a random sort of outbreak during the season, which looked like a pox attack, and as that's come away, it's left the fins in a quite rough condition. So they're slowly recovering, but when we compare it against other fish in the pond at the same size, the bodies are just completely different. So yeah, there we have it. That's literally, genuinely the 3 worst fish in the pond. If it was left to pick in any others, I think it would be quite comical. And probably, we'll make that one of the other videos that, I'll show you then these 3 aside, what are considered the worst 3 fish in the pond, and let you see what you think, because I think you'll be pretty impressed with them. So yeah, thanks for watching.